Welcome to this explainer, where today we're going to uncover exactly how Rajaraja Chola I completely transformed an empire. And he did it by shifting his strategic gaze away from the dusty plains and out toward the crashing waves of the sea.
So it begs the question, how do you conquer the world without relying on land? It's a massive question, because, well, just like today, whoever controls the shipping lanes ultimately controls the global economy. In the ancient world, conventional wisdom said that empires were won on horseback and on foot. But Rajaraja Chola, he saw something everyone else completely missed. He realized that the power that controls the ocean ultimately controls the world.
Here is our battle plan for this explainer. We'll be tracking how a land-based army evolved into an unrivaled ocean superpower across 5 parts. 1. The Chola Naval Revolution. 2. The Spice Trade Stranglehold. 3. The Battle of Kandalur Salai. 4. Masters of the Ocean. And finally, 5. The Eternal Stone Monument.
Let's dive right in with Section 1, the Chola Naval Revolution.
Okay, picture this. The year is 985 CE. Rajaraja takes the throne, inheriting a highly formidable land army. But we're looking at a massive shift in military thinking here, because he recognized almost immediately that basic coastal patrols just wouldn't be enough to secure South India's trade routes. He knew he needed a full-scale ocean armada to face his first major test in the incredibly treacherous waters off the Malabar coast. This wasn't going to be some conventional battle on the dusty plains of the Deccan. To secure his empire's future, he needed a navy capable of projecting absolute power way over the horizon.
Moving on to Section 2, the Spice Trade Stranglehold.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer scale of the geopolitical and economic threat standing right in his way. The Cholas were practically locked out of the wealth of Arabia and the West. On one side, you have this heavily fortified alliance, the Cheras, backed by the Pandyas and Western Chalukyas. They had their heavy war vessels anchored at the fortress of Kandalur Salai, which gave them an absolute stranglehold on the insanely lucrative Arabian Sea spice trade. And on the other side, the Chola Empire, which was still primarily a land-based army. Kandalur Salai wasn't just a port, it was a premier naval fortress. If Rajaraja wanted his empire to thrive, he quite literally had no choice but to break this massive blockade. But the Choras made a fatal miscalculation, pure overconfidence. They assumed their harbor was completely impenetrable. They were protected by natural reefs, coastal garrisons, and heavy artillery, and they figured their landlocked Chola enemies were completely incapable of complex sea maneuvers. But while they were resting on those assumptions, Rajaraja's reality was entirely different. He wasn't just planning a token blockade, he was secretly building a massive ocean armada, designed specifically for a highly complex amphibious assault. Which brings us to Section 3, the Battle of Kandalur Salai. So let's actually get into the battle itself. Personally led by Rajaraja, this was a fast-paced, multi-pronged naval strike where meticulous preparation met some truly fiery execution. Step 1. Chola archers lay down an intense, heavy covering fire. Step 2. Under that relentless barrage, Chola Marines seamlessly bypassed the natural reefs and successfully breached the harbor defenses. And Step 3. Absolute devastation. Once inside, they used precise ramming tactics and terrifying incendiary weapons directly on the anchored Chera fleet. They literally trapped the heavily defended Chera ships in their own bay and set the whole thing ablaze. It was a total game changer. In fact, Rajaraja immortalized this fiery victory in his famous inscriptions with the title Kandalur Salai Kalamaruta, meaning he who destroyed the fleet at Kandalur Salai. It's not just bragging about a military win, it's a bold announcement to the entire world that the rules of the geopolitical game have permanently changed.
Section 4, Masters of the Ocean.
The crucial point to understand here is that neutralizing Kandalur Salai triggered a rapid, massive domino effect across the subcontinent. Look at this timeline. Day 1, that massive Western rival alliance is completely neutralized. Within month 1, the Cholas have fully secured those incredibly profitable Arabian Sea trade routes that they were previously locked out of. And by year 1, projecting this newly unmatched naval power, Chola forces sweep straight into Sri Lanka and capture Anuradhapura. The Chola Tiger was no longer just ruling the land, they had total military dominance over the seas.
And finally, Section 5, the Eternal Stone Monument. So with his borders secured and this unbelievable amount of wealth now flowing freely from ocean trade and ongoing conquests, Rajaraja shifts his focus from the battlefield to eternity. He had completely dominated the seas. His treasury was full. What do you actually do with that kind of limitless power? Well, he channeled the spoils of the spice trade into an absolute engineering miracle, the great living Chola temple at Tanjavur, the Brihadishwara temple. He built this vast, highly precise stone monument that was such a towering statement of supremacy, it continues to confound modern engineers 1,000 years later. He took the fleeting wealth of the spice routes and turned it into eternal stone.
Which perfectly sets the stage for our next explainer, where we're going to decode the unbelievable engineering secrets behind the Brihadishwara temple. But before we go, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. If securing a single naval choke point funded a 1,000-year architectural miracle back then, what modern sea routes are funding the empires of tomorrow? You know, the rules of power really haven't changed much since 985 CE. Think about that for a second, and I'll see you in our next explainer.